Hello and welcome to our Winter Warmer live show. This is Katie Simpson here, and this is episode 3 of the CFS to Happiness live podcast show. Welcome. I am hoping that you will enjoy the fun today, enjoy the tips, everything that I've been preparing for you to make this a load of fun and really happy and enjoyable live show. So grab your cocoa, grab your fluffy slippers or socks and rest back and enjoy. So we are going to have a bit of a story time at first, and then a little tip to get you thinking, and then I'm going to give some really helpful advice for those of us who struggle with fatigue. We're going to have a song time and a quiz, and I think that's what our show is going to be. Do let me know where you're listening from, where you are in the world, and what you're drinking right now. If you're on the podcast, you can connect with me at cfskatie@outlook.com. That's cfskatie, Katie with a Y, at outlook.com, and I'd love to know where you're listening in from and if you're enjoying the show. So welcome. I haven't been able to do a show for quite a while because my CFS has been a little bit tricky, and I've been very, very busy starting something new as well. I've got another live podcast show that I am producing and being in, and it's fantastic. So if you wanted to drop over there at some point, it's the Heart Driven Income Gals podcast, and that is on YouTube and on Spotify and Apple Podcasts. So you can watch the video on YouTube or listen to the podcast wherever you like listening to podcasts. So it's great to see Emma here. Thank you, Emma. Rainy in Reading. You're a poet and you don't know it, Emma. It's very, very rainy in the UK at the moment. We have Storm Bert, and our local weatherman, one of them anyway, made a really funny diagram of the storm, on a weather chart with this big red sort of circle. And in the middle was Bert from the Muppets going, ooh, because it's called Storm Bert. So my story today involves some of my favourite pets, and if you know me, you will know that I have chickens. And dear Doris Chicken has been a little bit feeling unwell. And what do you do when you feel unwell? What do you look like? You might look a little bit like her. She's all fluffed up and all squashed in like that. Her feathers have been all fluffed up, and it's been cold here, so I've had her inside all looked after and cosseted, and I've given her a couple of baths as well with Epsom salts, which really help them. So I don't know whether that helps you. Supplements as well, they can really help us and chickens as well. So she's had probiotics, she's had vitamins, she's had electrolytes, she's had some lovely herbs to help her tummy. What else? She's had some garlic to help with the cold, the respiratory thing that she's got going on, and vitamin C. So it's funny, isn't it? We all could do with the same sorts of things, but I wonder whether you like what I give them to get them to eat, which is some little bits of sardine. Do you like sardines? It's very, very good for chickens to, when they're unwell, to give them some sardines. So you might hate sardines. Emma says the chickens like chocolate. This chicken does. But no, that is not a healthy strategy to get the chickens better. Anyway, little Doris has given her cold to Rosemary chicken as well. And so Rosemary is in a crate in our so-called dining room, which now should be called the chicken room, next to Doris in her crate as well. So they've got cold together, but they're nice and warm and they've been cosseted. And my hubby has said to me they are the most pampered chickens in the UK. They're probably not actually, but maybe not far off. So that's my little story. Have you been looking after your pets? I know my friend Rach has been looking after her little doggy, who's been up to some escapades as well as not being very well at the same time. They can, they can lead us a merry dance, can't they? So story time is over, and the tip for the week in my Sleepy Girls Club in the Facebook group. It's a free Facebook group. If you're somebody who just struggles with fatigue, then you will find a home there. It's a very, very friendly club, and I'm so proud of the girls in there. We are growing slowly, so do invite some people on. Any friends of yours or you are very welcome to come on the Sleepy Girls Club. And one of the tips that we shared this week that really resonated with people was this: taking time to rest is a requirement, not a reward. Taking time to rest is a requirement, not a reward. I wonder what your thoughts are over that. So, yeah, we are going to have a song and a quiz. You can sing along with this. You don't have to. Obviously, nobody's going to be able to hear you, so it's absolutely fine. Oh, I hope you like the fireside. If you can, if you're watching, we've got some little bright lights, a little bit of holly type stuff, and a nice warm fireplace there. So I'm going to sing a song. Let me go. Ready? Okay. I can see clearly now the rain has gone. I can see all obstacles in my way. Gone are the dark clouds that had me blind. It's gonna be a bright, bright, sunshiny day. It's gonna be a bright, bright, sunshiny day. I think I can make it now, the pain has gone. All of the bad feelings have disappeared. Here is the rainbow I've been praying for. It's gonna be a bright, bright, sunshiny day. Look all around, there's nothing but blue sky. Look straight ahead, nothing but blue sky. I can see clearly now the rain has gone. I can see all obstacles in my way. Gone are the dark clouds that had me blind. It's gonna be a bright, bright, sunshiny day. It's gonna be a bright, bright, sunshiny day. Woo! There we go. Let me bring myself back again, so bear with me. Okay, hope you enjoyed it. So, I'm going to give a bit of advice now about how I built a business around my chronic illness. So I've started a new business which is making a big difference to me, massive difference. That's really making a much more bigger difference than I could really just explain just then. But yeah, I really want to help other people to be able to make money with CFS. It's very, very difficult when you're stuck at home. It can be can lead you into really quite a dark place because you can't connect with others, you can't get out very easily. You're panicking about your symptoms. You've been given a sense of hopelessness from doctors, and the symptoms can be extremely painful and difficult and confusing and worrying. And you can spend your whole time Googling your symptoms as well. And money can be an enormous stress as well. If you try and get some help, often you have to go privately to get help, and it can be very, very expensive. And it's not just a one-off. It's like hundreds and hundreds of pounds. And then you might well find that it doesn't help. You can spend hundreds of pounds and it actually makes things a bit worse. So do you suffer with chronic fatigue syndrome and you need to earn some money? Money is very tight for you. Well, stay tuned because I have 5 tips of how I built a life-changing business around my chronic illness. So let's get into it. Hi, if we haven't met before, I'm Katie Simpson and I am here to help people who also have chronic fatigue syndrome, long COVID, fibromyalgia and things that are similar to that. And I really want to help them not to struggle like I did. So here's the 5 tips of what helped me to make a life-changing business around my chronic illness. So tip 1. Do something that is easy for you to do, even if you are struggling with a lot of brain fog. So a number of us struggle from brain fog, and it can lift some days and be a lot worse other days. So I would recommend that you did something that you can write down the systems, have them in front of you, whatever you need to do, so that you can just do 1, 2, 3 automatically without having a lot of thought process behind it. So the thing that I do, it is on the computer. I can bring the brightness down on the computer, I can bring the sound down on the computer, and I can just do it for short periods of time as well and then rest afterwards. So it's like a website, and it just shows you one thing after the other, so that really works. So number 2, I'd really recommend that you did something that is uplifting. It uplifts you in some ways, and that can be that you have a really great supportive network of people around you who can text you, check in, seeing how you are. They're people who understand health difficulties. So if you have a day where you've got a flare up, or what we call an adjustment period, they understand it's okay. And the whole ethos of the company, the whole ethos of what you're doing lifts you in some way, excites you. You're passionate about it. You love doing it. And it's not something that's heavy and a chore, and you feel like you've got a weight around your neck that you've got to do this thing. So number 3, choose something that is totally flexible, that doesn't have really strict timelines that you have to do this in a certain time, you have to do this amount of stuff in a certain time, you have to achieve these levels in a certain amount of time, you have to do this amount of hours every day. Choose something where it can just ebb and flow like you do, that you can do a little tiny bit each day to keep that consistency, keep that momentum going. And then if you need to be, you can rest. So it just takes a little bit of time, maybe a quarter of an hour, little stints, 1 or 2 times during the day if you really are feeling flared up. So number 4, something that gives you quick wins every day. A bit of gamification is actually really helpful for us if we have chronic fatigue, and it lifts us so we can achieve and tick off the things. So if you've got certain things that you need to get done each day in the business, get an app or even a spreadsheet or something like that, a table that you can make in Canva in front of you, and you can just tick off what you're doing each day. And there are apps that create a chain of colour that goes through the days and the weeks and the months, and you create this chain, and that really can be uplifting and give you momentum. So number 5, choose something that doesn't have an expensive outlay to it. It doesn't require you to spend a lot of money upkeeping it and starting it. So the business that I started only cost £10 to start, and there was no technology or websites or anything else that I needed to pay for, big monthly charges, anything like that, because in my position, we couldn't have done that. It would have been the biggest stumbling block for us. So for £10, I was able to immediately start earning hundreds of pounds at a time, helping my loved ones as well. So it's so uplifting for me. I can contact my loved ones and help them with something. And so that has brought me a really new zest of life, a new lease of life. And I have friends, colleagues who are in the business together. They're in my team who all understand chronic illness, and we can lift each other up. And we're also very understanding if one or other of us just cannot do anything on one or other or a number of days. This happens regularly. It's life, and we're the sort of people that just understand that but lift each other up. There's that saying, isn't there, that all ships, what is it? The tide lifts all ships. I think that's what it is. So yeah, choose one that is very uplifting for you like that. Not an expensive outlay, totally flexible. It's easy to do. You can just do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, even if you're really struggling with brain fog. So if you'd like to know a little bit more, just contact me on CFS Katy, CFSKATY at outlook.com. CFS Katy, outlook.com, and I'd be very happy to help you. I actually have a freebie for you in there. So if you contact me in there, I have a freebie which is called Work from Home with CFS Success Guide. And it's a guide to help you to start a business that works for you and is successful for you and brings in money and lights your life. So email me, cfskaty at outlook.com, and I will get that for you. So thank you so much for listening, and I'll see you in the next one. Okay guys, so thanks for listening to that little segment. We're going to have a quiz now. I wonder whether you can hear me. Let me put my earphones in again. So there's 3 questions. The first one is a sort of general knowledge. The second one is geography. And the third one is food and drink. So let me start that music again. Here it is. Okay, so question number 1. What was the name of the crime boss who was the head of the feared Chicago outfit? What was the name of the crime boss who was the head of the feared Chicago outfit? You have 10 seconds to think of your answer. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And glockenspiel ending. Okay, it was Al Capone. Al Capone. Question number 2. What is the smallest US state by area? What is the smallest US state by area? You have 10 seconds. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Woo! And it is Rhode Island. Last question. What country drinks the most coffee? What country drinks the most coffee? 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Pew! And the answer is Finland. Finland. Okay, that is the end of the quiz. So we had our song, the quiz, and we did our tip and the story time and the information. So that is me, guys. That is me. I'm so happy that I have just managed to do this episode after a long time. It's so lovely to be back on live and with you and helping you guys. So yeah, if you would like that success guide for working from home, just email me at cfskatie@outlook.com. If you'd like to join the free Facebook group, if you struggle with fatigue or know somebody who does, then send them to the Sleepy Girls Club on Facebook, the Sleepy Girls Club, and we would love to welcome them in there. So I'm going to love you and leave you. I hope you've enjoyed this warmth time, and I will see you on the next one. Take care.